We're coming off of all of the New York Comic-Con hype.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast, with your hosts, Connor O'Neill and Matthew Hughes.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerdy Misfit Podcast.
Good morning.
Matt made me wake up early today for recording this episode because, well, it's a holiday for us. And Matt decided he's going to be so popular and so busy.
Yeah.
He's got so many friends. And he's like,
I
Connor,
gotta
wake up at 6 a.m.
Whoa.
So here
9:30 in the morning. Calm down.
we're recording a...
This is the first. I don't remember the last time we recorded in the morning.
Recorded in the morning. That's often because I don't want to wake up.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So-
usually easier to record in the evening.
I can't recall. We've had a couple late night ones.
Yeah. But never like early in the morning.
Well, like you said, it's not even truly early per se.
Yeah.
But
Early for you
early-
on your days off.
definitely on a day off.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
I'm waking up before the number says 12. Anyways.
But yeah, here we are, recording in the morning because Matt hates me. And
Welcome to the Nerdy Misfit Podcast.
and we actually have a quick turnover on this one, which is we're coming off of all of the New York Comic-Con hype because it was literally yesterday and the day
Yep.
before that and the day before that and the day before that.
Exactly. Now, obviously, we're going to be covering the big things that we find interesting. There will be other stuff that we won't be covering because it's just not our forte. Like, we probably won't be mentioning any of the Star Trek news.
Yeah, unfortunately,
that's just we're not Trekkies,
No,
and
not
that's
Trekkies.
just how it be. But without further ado, obviously, we had big companies like Marvel, DC, Star Wars. There was some Critical Role. There was Magic. There was a lot of stuff.
Were you impressed with the amount of stuff that came out?
I mean, I expected a little bit more from Marvel just because they weren't at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, I feel like New York
But-
Comic-Con is almost starting to rival San Diego in
Yeah.
some ways. I mean, obviously two massive conventions, but I feel like we have started getting
More
what
and
feels
more.
like more news from New York Comic-Con, and I feel like that might be just due to when the convention happens.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I felt a bit underwhelmed, I guess, by some of the stuff. But I mean, there's still a ton of things coming out, so
Definitely.
it's not like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
be lack of content. And it's like I already got a lot of stuff going on, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm looking at this list. I'm like, we're covering that on the podcast, that on the podcast, that. Yeah.
Yeah. So shall we dive into Star Wars first, just because?
Yeah, this is my wheelhouse.
Wasn't as crazy,
No.
but it's definitely. I mean, there are some exciting stuff for the book readers.
Exactly, yeah. So there was no big movie or TV thing. I expected an
all waiting
Ahsoka
for
trailer.
We're all waiting for Grogu still.
All for Grogu, apparently. I expected an Ahsoka trailer or like a teaser or something, because that's the next show, but
Yes.
we didn't get that. All we got was a handful of books. The biggest ones being
All we got was books.
which
Matt
I'm
says
not
as-
complaining. I'm not complaining.
As if his bookshelf isn't filled with Star
It's
Wars
not
books.
slowly bending because of it. No, so Star Wars, we got a adult book coming out called Star Wars Legacy, following Rey being trained by Jedi Master Leia. I don't really know if he classifies her Jedi Master.
Well,
but-
clearly they are.
And she's on a quest to mend the storied Skywalker lightsaber. The OG, the fancy lightsaber. I'm assuming the one that they found in Force Awakens in the
Yeah,
basement.
must be.
But yeah, so this is taking place between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Obviously, because Luke is dead at this point, but
Spoiler.
oh yeah, sorry. 10 years ago.
God.
Oh my gosh.
What?
And obviously before Rise of Skywalker, because other people die. The other things that I'm curious about is there's a book called Star Wars Eyes Like Stars, and it's a young adult romance novel.
Yeah.
Set a-
Star Wars trying to cash in on the hype.
Exactly. Set a year and a half before Force Awakens. Don't know anything about the characters yet, but that's coming out in summer 2026. The one that I am intrigued about is the Star Wars Vision manga, Tsukumo?
Kumo, yeah.
In the wake of Order 66, a lone Jedi Knight accompanies a pair of droids to a rumored droid's paradise while being pursued by the Empire. I believe we'll get a episode of this
Yeah, I would imagine.
in
that's
Star
the
Wars Vision, and then like this will be like a follow-up or a prequel to it.
Droid's Paradise. What's that? Just like
Just a bunch of
an
R2
oil
droids.
lake and
It's actually just Tatooine.
it's just Tatooine.
In comic books, we got two more High Republic comics, all about Pathfinder or Wayfinders, and which is weird because the High Republic's like whole phase system is done. So now I think they're just like randomly filling in the gaps.
I mean, that's good.
Makes sense. Yeah.
That's good.
And then we're getting a Jar Jar Binks one shot for a comic, but it's co-written
That's what everyone's been asked for.
Hey, it's written by Mark Guggenheim and Ahmed Best, who is Jar Jar Binks. He was the one that voiced and did the motion capture for him. So the fact that he's writing a one shot, I think, makes me oddly intrigued by it.
He is the character.
He is Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff. Okay, I have a question about. Do you think that all of the Star Wars lore really needs to be like really filled in? Like every blank needs to be filled? Or are you of the mindset of stuff where you're like, can we just leave maybe this era alone and just dive into more history?
That's what I mean. Like, I think the Skywalker saga is, there's so much, and I think we should be done. That's what I enjoy about the High Republic, is that it's 150 years before the Skywalker name doesn't exist.
Yeah.
One of the only characters that's around is Yoda and a couple other people on the Jedi Council. That is it.
Yeah, and everything else you're just like, oh, that's new. Or
yeah, oh, that's a cool way of a lightsaber. Like, oh, look at this, look at that, But like, I don't know. But then to be fair, we are trying to fill in the gaps between the end of Revenge of the Sith and before New Hope. There is like a 14-year time jump.
A good chunk.
So I can understand that to an extent. But like, because of the Revenge of the Sith being like, oh, execute Order 66, let's kill all these Jedi. And then the only stories that we've really gotten is Jedi. These random Jedis that are somehow still alive. And I get it, there would be a couple.
Yeah. Well, the games are very popular.
Exactly.
Right? Did you ever think that a video game for Star Wars would have such an impact that that character from that game would actually just basically become a full canon character?
Just insane.
There, where we have people who want like all the stories about them, the potential for like in a show and movies, like it's
pretty big. I wouldn't expect that originally, because obviously we had Star Wars novels that take place in the video games. Like I think Force Unleashed had a couple.
Yeah, and we've have like big characters that people are expecting to see in shows, films, or desperate to see.
Yeah.
In those in that content, but never happened yet, and they're extremely popular. One of our friends is like all-time favorite Star Wars character.
Yeah, Cal Kestis?
No. He's the guy who's like a Sith but is good and bad.
Oh, Darth Revan.
Yeah.
Yes, from the Knights of the Old Republic.
Got the epic mask.
Yeah, who's becoming canon slowly but surely.
But that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
if I'm on the Star Wars creative team, and I know that someone like that, or is the other one Starkiller?
Starkiller, yeah, it's from
one of Darth Vader's apprentices. Yeah. Like, I'm bringing those two right into canon, into like we're gonna figure a way to make it work, but I'm bringing those people in. You know what I mean? Because they're so immensely popular with such a core part of your audience.
Exactly.
It seems like such a. I mean, I don't want to say home run, because we've seen a lot of Disney Star Wars. They can definitely just ruin or.
Maybe they're purposely not doing that as a saving grace, to be like, okay, if we actually fully fumble and we lose the fandom, we'll just bring this in and they'll come back. Yeah,
I just feel like it seems so easy. You know what I mean? Like, you have the video game, like you said, there's the old books that people loved. Yeah. So you just have to bring them into canon. If there's little things that you need to adjust, go for it. But I mean, it seems such an easy show or a movie to be like, hey, we're going way in the past now, and we're going to tell the story of this character, and people are going to be like,
let's do it.
They're going to be so excited, and you easily could do.
But then we have the Acolyte.
Well, yeah, and the Acolyte was one of the shows of all
that
time.
were on Disney Plus. No Skeleton Crew. Shout out to Skeleton Crew. Great show. Great.
Yeah.
If you guys have not seen, go watch that Star Wars show. A lot of people I tell, I'm like, oh, have you seen Skeleton Crew? They're like, no. I was like, that's one of the best Disney Plus Star Wars shows, in our opinion. As
a big Ahsoka fan, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
it just felt so like just a fun story inside the universe. It wasn't too force-focused.
It didn't rely on anything.
Plot convenience based on
it didn't rely on other characters to help, because it was all new, right? It was
all original characters, essentially.
But
anyways, moving on. That's the Star Wars news, and that's the Star Wars.
Let's move on to DC. So, nothing too crazy. We're getting Absolute Catwoman series 2026.
Yep. Which is like the DC's equivalent of the Ultimate Universe, a soft reset, a fun little original style of characters, and a different
Just
world
a different way of
entirely.
telling the character story
Yeah.
without it being main timeline.
Exactly.
Which I enjoy. I enjoy that style of, and for me, like they don't even have to be in, like, I know that DC's going the route of Ultimate kind of like Marvel,
Yeah.
but I do wish there's just more kind of like, I'm gonna call them one shot because we read so much manga now, but I'm gonna just say one shot style stories where it's like, hey, here's Hush.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about what's going on.
Everything else. Yeah. Here's a one-off story. Here you go.
Here's Superman Unchained.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect what's going on with Superman's current run, but it's just a good Superman story written by a good writer and
Exactly.
a drawn by a
Phenomenal.
good artist.
Yeah.
Like, I think we need to see more of those where, I don't want to say comics are dying, but like, it's just so hard for someone to follow if you're like, you're an X-Men fan.
Yep.
And a Lanterns fan.
Yep.
There's multiple Lanterns.
There's
multiple X-Men comics. You know what I mean? It's very hard to just
pick one and keep up.
Isn't it going to be nice if it's just like, hey, here's just this one quick story that's just covering this.
Guy Gardner.
It doesn't
here's a
even,
fun
you don't
story.
even have to know what's going on with the
Yeah.
current
Exactly.
landscape of these characters and enjoy it.
Easy peasy.
I mean, it would probably be expensive because they always are, but I don't know. But anyways, Amazon Prime animated show Bat Fam comes out in November.
The animation's weird. It kind of gives me like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends style animation, but a little bit.
What a pull.
I don't know how else to describe it. It looks cringe. I don't know if I'll watch it. It's just not my animation style, but that's all right.
Give it the 3-episode try.
Give it a 3-episode try and stay tuned. Another big one for animated for DC as well is Batman Nightfall is getting an animated movie, part 1.
Ooh.
If you guys don't know, it's a great Batman story.
I think that one could be good. The movie
could be good. I really want to get back into watching some of the DC animated films, but they're so hard to find.
Well, and the older ones are always, they seem like they're so much
Yeah.
better. KO's ending.
Yes.
I mean, not that we were
No, it's
super
just
actively reading.
It's just starting now in the comics.
But KO is the big DC event going on right now.
Just
if
heroes
you're-
fighting heroes and
Yeah, if you're
fighting
new to
villains.
comics, there's always a event going on.
Always some random big event every 3 months.
But this one is your, every so often
Soft.
gonna cause a soft reboot ish.
The flashpoints.
It does seem very interesting though. The concept of
Yeah.
like heroes fighting everything, including themselves, and
It's a real Mortal Kombat.
yeah. But
I'll probably pick up the paperback in like 3 years when it comes out.
and it goes on sale.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, and with it coming to an end when 2026 hits, will be coming DC Next, which is their relaunch of the DC universe with #1 issues. They released a list of characters that will be getting those #1 issues to start. When it comes to these reboots, I mean, they always have a list of the initial characters that are kind of starting it off.
Yep.
And we'll get both more characters getting stories, but also some of these on the list will probably end up getting axed. I know Matt and I, on first glance, think that maybe a few of them might probably
Not
end
make
on the
it.
earlier side of things, just based on some of our soft
Mhm.
reboot experience.
But maybe these characters become pivotal to this KO storyline, and that's what's going to cause people to. For all we know, that for this Firestorm title, it's some character we actually know. Turns out this is
No, you're totally right. It could be a whole new Firestorm, and someone you care about.
Some reason it's alternate version of Barry Allen mixed somehow, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
it's
Barry Allen didn't have enough power.
I'm just saying.
I see what you're saying. It's like Tim Drake.
Being Batman Beyond
Just
just happens.
sometimes, and people fall.
Comics.
But yeah, those include Batwoman, Barbara Gordon, Breakout, Deathstroke, The Demon, Firestorm, Shadow of the Bat, Lobo, and Zatanna. So
Very random titles.
I think they're trying to cover like their basis,
Yeah.
try and cover something a little bit for everyone. I don't know exactly what the Superman fans will be going for, but I mean, there's definitely some stuff for
Zatanna.
Batman fans. Maybe if you're more into like the darker stuff.
Yeah.
Like I remember picking up Justice League Dark.
Dark.
back, and like
Great
Zatanna is a great
series.
character. So I mean, Deathstroke off first glance think will do fine. Barbara Gordon probably will do fine.
Lobo will probably do good
Lobo will
because
probably do
Supergirl
good.
movie's coming out, so they'll be like, "Oh, pick this up."
Shadow of the
before-"
Bat.
Don't know what that's about, but it could be.
Don't know what the demon's about.
Demon is like probably like Trigon, like Raven's connection. But I'm not too sure.
But yeah, we'll obviously get more news as as the KO comes to its end and we start getting the first issues of this. But that's pretty much it for DC. It was
Yeah, nothing crazy.
I mean, I guess if you want to say obviously a soft reboot is
big.
it's big, but it feels so just been there, done that. I think that's the only issue with the soft reboots for me. And I get them. I mean,
yeah, I mean, we jumped into one of them.
We jumped right into and we loved it.
Exactly.
And it is a great jumping on point for newer comic fans. The only issue for me is when we jumped on, we're jumping on to it was almost a hard reset, really. It was it wasn't even a soft reboot. It was like, hey,
for both Marvel and DC, because
all of these are number ones.
Literally, yeah. Because obviously with DC, it was the New 52, Flashpoint happened, soft reboot.
Yeah, everything changed.
Everything was different.
And they're like, oh, now we're going to tell you how things are different.
Exactly.
Follow Batman and
his first 5 years.
Yeah, and how it's different. And follow Superman, how he's slightly different. Follow the Justice League and how the Justice League is formed. Way different.
Yeah.
Different characters.
Literally. Why is there not Wally West?
Yeah, exactly.
There was a lot of big things, but it was a really cool concept.
I liked it. Rebirth was less good, in my opinion, but that could have been our,
that was just us kind of growing out of it.
I think it was coming off of a not so hype
story
way of rebooting it as well.
Yeah. And they tried to reboot it after.
Like Flashpoint is so good.
Flashpoint's a great story, 10 out of 10
comparatively, and it all makes sense. Like from a reboot standpoint, you're just kind of like, wow, this is such a brilliant way to
soft reset everything.
It really is. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, during that time, too, is when Marvel did Avengers versus X-Men, so then they, like, switched up all the Avengers and X-Men team. Like, we had X-Men on the Avengers team, and then I think this is around the same time, like, Steve got the Super Soldier Serum taken out of him.
Old Man Steve
for a bit, which is great. But speaking of Marvel Comics.
Speaking of Marvel.
A couple of big things. Obviously, we're getting a third Godzilla crossover with Marvel called Godzilla Infinity Roar.
Is that important for you?
I enjoy these random crossovers because they're so out there where I'm like, I want to know how this makes sense.
That's fair.
But more importantly, something I'm more up to date with is Marvel Ultimate Universe, similar to the Absolute from DC, are all coming to an end after like 2-3-ish years.
I was gonna say it feels like we've been talking about it ending for a while.
They did like some excursion event that was like, oh, the end is coming kind of thing, but during this panel, they're like, yeah, Spider-Man, Black Panther, X-Men, and Ultimates issue number 24. That's the last issue.
Ultimates is like
Dunzo until a couple years later, and the Maker tries to come back. But I'm really enjoying the Ultimate Universe. I think it's really fun, like, because it's not like the X-Men, for example, is just like it's more like C-list characters. It's not your Storm, Cyclops.
That's fun though, right? Like having more out there mutants as well.
Wolverine in this universe is the Winter Soldier. So
that
it's completely different takes. Because the whole concept of this Ultimate Universe is the Maker created his own universe and literally handpicked people he wanted to create a secret council and then made sure everything else never happened. So you're following your Spider-Man, and Peter Parker's married to Mary Jane. He's got 2 kids. He's never been bitten by the spider, anything like that.
Having a good life.
Harry is married to Gwen, and all that jazz. Black Panther is best friends with Killmonger and Storm. Like, it's just a really cool concept, And Ultimates is like Thor, Sif, Hank Pym, Janet Van Dyne. I'm trying to think who else is in there. Tony, but it's not Tony quite.
Oh, yeah.
And then Doctor Doom, who's not Doctor Doom. So.
Fair enough.
Anyways. Probably the biggest thing that came out of New York Comic Con for us specifically is Marvel's TV shows.
So, spoiler warning quickly. We won't go too deep into it, but Daredevil Born Again Season 2 had a trailer.
Yeah.
Matt, you're caught up on Born Again, yeah?
Yeah. We did a whole episode on it, silly.
Oh, yeah. Can't remember. Yeah, great show. Really enjoyed it. I love both the Netflix and Born Again. I think they're both very enjoyable shows. I think Daredevil's an awesome character, so very happy we'll be getting more. This was revealed that Jessica Jones is going to play a big part. Daredevil worked with Jessica Jones in The Defenders, so we'll see her. There was maybe some reference to a certain character that if you haven't watched Born Again Season 1, which you should, leaving some question marks.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm super excited. I honestly, from the lineup, might be the thing I'm most excited for.
I mean, I'm like, most of these I'm excited for. 2 of them, I'm like, oh, I'll watch it because we have a podcast.
Yeah, fair.
And they could be
that means
good.
you're not excited for it.
They could be good, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need to watch this the second it comes out.
And I assume Vision Quest is one of those things. And for me, initially, that is how I felt. But after watching Agatha all along and being so pleasantly surprised,
that's my thing. I don't want to get my hype. Like, I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to get too hyped on it. Because for me, like, I liked Agatha all along. I thought it was. I had zero expectation. Maybe that's why it was.
Yeah,
better.
That's what I mean. Yeah, and like obviously, Vision Quest will be the follow up to both Agatha all along and WandaVision to see
wrap up of this trilogy. Of a story.
Yeah, of seeing what happened to the White Vision and all that jazz. But there was a trailer that was revealed. Without spoiling too much, well, there's actually pretty big spoilers. But Tommy is going to be in it.
Who's been in
who's referenced
big part in Agatha all along.
Yeah,
and obviously
kind
we
of
see him in WandaVision as well.
Yeah, they're both boys. They're both kids, and we see them in technically Doctor Strange as well.
Oh yes,
but because the ending of Agatha all along is Billy wanting to go find Tommy, right? And then we're also getting Ultron and Friday and basically all the robots that we've known throughout the MCU, but they're not as robots. They're going to be as their actual actors. So I don't really know how that's going to work. So,
well, it's just
but it'll be a fun, that will be also coming out in 2026. Daredevil Born Again will be in March 2026. But the newest show that's coming out is Wonder Man.
What do you know of Wonder Man?
Simon Williams is his character name, and he has weird psionic powers at one point.
At one point. So we don't know what powers they're going with.
Yeah, and I think because in the comics, Simon Williams is an actor.
Okay.
So I think they are trying to play into that. And obviously,
that's always a fun kind of twist on a character. Because I think one thing when it comes to comics is a lot of the time characters are either giga rich.
Yep.
When you look at like someone like Tony Stark or Bruce, or they're pretty random run of the mill people, right? Like
Peter Parker,
Clark, like
yeah,
they're not anything crazy.
Exactly.
Very normal jobs, normal people. Like Hal Jordan,
he was a pilot,
pretty normal. Like, and then just they're superheroes. Yeah. So it is nice to have like a twist on that, where it's like, hey, I'm an actor. There's a lot that goes into like being an actor that's different than per se. Now I have obviously no idea. I'm not super into Wonder Man, but I can just see how you can make a hero who is also an actor, whether they're trying to hide that they're a hero or if they're not trying to hide it. There's complications on both sides of those because time demands, face in the spotlight, et cetera, et cetera.
A little bit of everything, yeah.
So I mean, kind of like the change of.
It's interesting. I mean, it's also kind of weird because they brought Sir Ben Kingsley's character back.
Oh.
So Trevor, the dude from Iron Man 3, and then that weird scene in Shang-Chi. He was in that for a little bit.
Was he in Shang-Chi?
He was in Shang-Chi, yeah. Because he had the weird, like, faceless dragon butt-looking thing as his pet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So he's, like, an inspiring actor and stuff like that. And he's in this show as, like, one of the main characters as well. So
why not?
This just seems so random, but I guess, we'll see.
Well, I find it more random because I felt like Marvel was... I mean, we know they're slowing down immensely on a lot of the live-action shows. Because since the CEO change, we talked about it on a past podcast. But of all the things to get a show, it feels very random.
Yeah, I mean, there is connection from Wonder Man to Vision in the comics, I think, in like the 80s. So maybe this will somehow play into Vision Quest a little bit, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. What I will get my hopes up about, though, is these animated shows. We got X-Men 92, X-Men 97 Season 2.
Oh, there you go. You got it out.
In summer of 2026. And Apocalypse is the big bad.
He'll be done right.
He'll be done correct, finally.
Are you saying that the previous...
Did I stutter?
Okay. So
Apocalypse was done good in the 90s show.
Okay,
he was done good in that couple
live
episodes.
action?
He was in X-Men Evolution.
And that live action.
And Oscar Isaac's...
In the live action. He looked good in the live action.
Looked decent.
He looked like Apocalypse.
Yep. very scrawny, but you know.
He was a little on the smaller side.
But I mean, I think at the end of X-Men 97 season 1, slight spoiler alert, I think they get pushed across time, or they all get split.
Yeah, I think they get split.
Something like that. Yeah. So that's obviously how Apocalypse is gonna play into it. But I'm excited for that. And then the next one is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 2, which is coming.
Yeah,
in the
which
fall.
is gonna also cover one of your favorites, the symbiote.
Symbiotes. Yes. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but I don't know.
I think season 1 was really good.
I enjoyed that show more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people really liked it.
Yeah, it took me a second to enjoy the animation style.
You had to get used to it, but once you were locked in, generally it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we got some great characters with
and it wasn't
Scorpion
the same cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we've seen it all before for Peter and his story. It was actually, hey, this is actually there's different
substance,
things going on.
and here's characters you haven't actually seen and know too much about. You know, so I'm pretty stoked for that, to be honest. But in conclusion, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Marvel shows for Disney Plus next year. That's basically one every other month.
Yeah, and then we've got what? We have Doomsday is next year.
Doomsday and Spider-Man, maybe?
The Spider-Man does look to be pretty hyped up based on all of the leaked stuff.
Yeah. So we got a lot of Marvel next year, which is I'm chill with. You know, we didn't really get too much this year. It was a nice little quieter.
It was a slower year for the Marvel stuff.
Which, you know, is whatevs. And then, yeah, we got a couple DC stuff coming out from movies, like animated wise.
We got the Star Wars books.
We got the Star Wars. And now let's jump into other stuff. Things that don't fall into this category.
Well, more like things that can't have their own just category. I mean, they could, but not on this podcast, unfortunately.
Exactly.
First one is Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is based on some novellas by George R. R. Martin. Set 100 years before the original Game of Thrones series, will start January 18, 2026, and it's already been greenlit for season 2 and 3.
That's ballsy.
I think the big reason for that is they have a young actor, and they're trying to avoid
the Stranger Thing effect.
They're trying to avoid Stranger Things thing. I don't know if it's super out there because I think House of Dragon has done fine.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Game of Thrones was immensely popular, and one of the big reasons for the fall off of Game of Thrones was that George was no longer involved in the process of writing it. And obviously with the ending was not up to what people were expecting, but I think part of that was it was a little rushed. And now this is all just George stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're just like, okay, we're just following this stuff that George, these extras now. Obviously there's probably a lot of fans that are like, George, stop doing things that aren't finishing the series.
Just finish
what
the
are
darn
you doing?
book.
But I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I really like the universe that George has created.
Yeah.
He's also created a very vast history, very like fleshed out history, and I think that I'm always down to. And he's done the opposite of Star Wars, really, where it's like, oh, okay, we already told the story of like that. Like, let's go back and follow something else.
Let's go find a different battle to talk about.
So I'm good. I'll definitely be watching it. It is only going to be 6 episodes this first season, which unlike the last 2, which were and a lot of HBO shows, which usually are like that 10.
Yeah.
But hey, 3 seasons already guaranteed. I mean, you can at least afford to be like, hey, I'm okay with getting invested. I know it's not just going to end after these 6 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Big thing for Matt. If you guys don't know, Matt is a big fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, especially when it crosses over with literally anything. It's crossing over with magic.
Magic the Gathering, the company that will cross over with anything to make people buy it.
Yeah, that's called making money.
As I say,
they like to print money.
Literally, I totally don't have the Spider-Man.
I think the last Airbender set is coming out soon.
Last Airbender set's coming soon. We have
just had Spider-Man,
SpongeBob as well. They had some cards that come out for that, but yeah,
SpongeBob already came out.
Yeah,
but Spider-Man was just a few weeks back,
2 weeks ago,
and it was not well received. I saw a lot of people talking about the overall set was disappointing.
Yeah,
the pull rates were bad. But yeah, like you said, I mean,
the pull rates were all right. I got 2 full arts, but
anything to make money.
Exactly. Magic is just because we've already seen it in a different thing earlier this year with all the new things, but they're doing like 2 more Marvel ones next year. We got TMNT. They're doing another SpongeBob. We got Last Airbender coming out earlier this year. Was Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy did really well.
Yeah, Final Fantasy did incredibly well. They've done Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who, like.
Oh yeah, there's tons. You can
anything and everything. I'm waiting for my Batman Commander deck at this point.
Oh yeah, Batman Commander deck, The Bat Family.
The Bat Family. It'd be so much fun.
I would have to.
It's just straight like black deck though. Like it couldn't be anything else.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We got Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah.
Cast reveal that Matt Pat and Megan Fox will be in it.
Which to me, those are.
Did you
both
see the
wild.
first film?
I did not.
Okay.
I want to. I've heard such mixed reviews. I don't know too much of the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's outside of random people being like, "You need to watch this 25-minute video." I'm like, "No thanks."
Okay.
But Matt Pat being in a film is fun because Matt Pat has been a YouTuber talking and playing and explaining the lore of Five Nights at Freddy for years upon years. So it's like, it's fun that he's in there, and then just Megan Fox being in it just throws me off because I think she's voicing Chica,
Okay.
which I'm gonna get butchered if this is not correct, but I think it's like the duck animatronic, maybe. I don't know.
Nothing about it.
Yeah, I got nothing.
It's
But-
not my cup of tea.
We got the first trailer for Money 9, the Critical
99.
Role.
Yeah, so we've had some teasers by Critical Role
Yeah.
already previous. We obviously had the release date, which is coming up soon.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited. Obviously, for me, the first full campaign I watched was the second, which is the
Mhm.
Mighty Nine. Kind of caught the tail end of the first campaign, and there's just a significant tone difference because the Legend of Vox Machina is a story that they were already developing and playing together previous to streaming it.
Yeah.
Like their characters are already a certain level. They already kind of know what they're doing. They did have to not full PG, but PG them up a bit
Yeah.
because I'm sure their games by themselves without being streamed were probably a little bit more unhinged. So they did kind of have to PG them up a bit. And it was obviously it went on for a good amount of episodes. And I mean, it's become this huge
Phenomenon.
thing. So,
Yeah.
but the Mighty Nine, there was a lot more. Hey, we're streaming this. There was a lot more prep that went into making sure that all the characters had some depth that would make sense for going through a campaign of a streaming nature to tell a story. So, and I really enjoyed the overall story that was told. Now, I know that the cast of Critical Role did come out and say that there's going to be some changes to the story so that even people who have watched the campaign originally will not know everything, just like how
Nice.
people who are new also won't know everything.
Yeah.
So they're like, there's a little bit of something new for everyone. And that way, I mean, I think there's probably going to be mixed reviews when
Yeah.
when that type of stuff happens. But you also have to understand, I bet it's probably not that easy to condense a campaign into proper arcs, into
Yeah.
proper storytelling.
There's
because
got to be a little bit more added
think about all that. They're 4-hour episodes.
for weeks upon weeks upon weeks.
For like for what, over 100 episodes or whatever it was, and then you're condensing this into proper story,
22-minute episodes.
proper like character development. Like you need to, if you want it to make sense and feel good as
You
the
gotta
story's
cut
going,
stuff out and
Stuff has to be
update
cut
and
out.
change it.
change some things, add some more context.
So it's a book to movie adaptation, folks. In a way.
But hopefully they do it well.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Critical Role? Let us know in the comments below. Are you watching the new campaign that just started with Brendan Lee Mulligan as the DM and Matt Mercer as a player?
Yeah, let us know down below.
Otherwise, as we wrap up this episode, a little bit of a shorter episode, but things to keep in mind for upcoming weeks in the Nerdy Misfit podcast realm, world, whatever you want to call it. Anime of the Month comes out in 2 weeks. So if you're not watching this Anime of the Month, which is...
There's a good chance you maybe have already watched it, though.
That's true.
Because it was one of the biggest shows of last season, which
Yes.
is the Summer Hikaru Died.
Yes. So if you haven't started watching that, watch it. You got like 2 weeks to watch it and then listen to Connor and I blab about it. It's going to be great.
It could be great.
Could be great. We don't know. I haven't started. I don't know about you. You probably haven't started either. No, you watched the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I've seen the first
Yeah.
couple episodes.
But otherwise, we got Star Wars Vision Season 3 coming out October 29th, which we'll do a full episode about. I'm pumped.
Yeah, Visions is always
Always a
treat.
treat
It's a
every
treat.
year
Yeah, it's a
that it's
treat.
been coming out.
It's something. It's actually might be one of the few Star Wars content
you
that
look
we
forward
that
to.
we both look forward
Yeah,
to. Really,
that
we're
is
just
so
kind of
true.
like. I think only thing I see Matt actually excited about when it comes to Star Wars is he'll be like, when we go to the bookstore, he'll be like, "Ooh, a new Star Wars book dropped," and we're like, "Oh, okay," and then like that's it, and then Visions, or we're
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Oh, I saw that like they're gonna do this or this studio."
This animation studio's
Yeah.
coming back. Like, we got them so. And then we got League of Legends TCG coming out October 31st.
At the end of the month, yeah. We may give it a go. We'll see.
We might give it a go. We might talk about it. We might not. So if you're a League of
Hopefully,
Legends,
we'll see because TCGs
Yeah.
sometimes they're impossible to buy.
Yep. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes maybe.
Maybe
Oop.
sometimes maybe shit.
You said it.
But yeah, we'll definitely give it a try if it is possible to get our hands on.
Yes.
It could be good, could be bad. Other than that, what else do we have going on? Nothing.
Really about it. I mean,
Marvel Zombies.
Check
Check that out because we will be discussing
And
Marvel
Eyes of
Zombies
Wakanda.
and Eyes of Wakanda. That'll be a most likely coming soon ep. So if you haven't already checked those out, check them out because we'll do a nice little, I guess, catch up, if you will. Marvel catch up with some shorter shows.
Yeah,
so.
but no relish though. I'm more of just a ketchup guy.
Yeah, I don't like relish either. I mean, I like pickles though.
Yeah, pickles pretty good. Yeah. Not mustard though. I can't. Mustard is very hit and miss for me. Most of the time, no thank
Takes
you.
over, you know?
It really does, you know?
It's a powerful flavor.
Powerful flavor. Stay tuned for the episode all about condiments.
Yeah, we make a condiment tier list. Great idea, Matt.
Genius.
All right, but yeah, other than that, it has been a short episode. Thanks to New York Comic Con. We're making it so short. Anyways, let us know what you guys are most excited about. Also, if you are into, say, Star Trek, Doctor Who, whatever, what have you, that maybe had some big announcements themselves, feel free to drop them down in the comments below or mention them in the Discord and see what other people have to say. With that said, though, we will see you guys next week with probably a longer episode.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right, we'll see you then.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast. Don't forget to join the island by dropping a follow. Thank you, and see you next week.